bitch.
That's right, we're here. Look at that, my timing was actually on point. Depends on how you look at it, but... Anyway, hi everybody! Welcome back to another episode of Phantasy Star Universe. We're gonna pick up right where we left off, as I always say. Literally right here, yeah. What was the last thing Lou said before we embarked? Okay, Tom Rain said, "May the Holy Light guide us." And then Lou said, "First thing, we'll rendezvous with the Alliance military." Right. We're setting up a defense. The Great Goobu Wall from FF14, basically, but without Goobus. To defend all the confinement systems across the Grawl solar system. So the seed don't destroy it. We got help from the Stateria, at least. It has an automated defense mechanism. That'll help us out a little bit, but... yeah, it's pretty much a fight for... almost like humanity's survival, but I mean there's more than... you know, there's casts, there's Newmans. A fight for survival for everybody in the Grawl system, basically. Against the Seed, which is basically like... almost like the Flood from Halo, low-key. Only difference is I guess it doesn't take over corpses, but it does, you know, it does take over animals that are alive. Well, it's not too different from the Flood. Yeah, the whole story actually does kind of feel like low-key very similar to Halo's storyline. I think it was around this time too that... yeah, I mean this is Xbox 360 era, so Halo had already become a pretty popular franchise with the first two games. I'm not sure if the second one had come out yet when this game came out, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was inspired by Halo's storyline. I like the story, but first-person shooters like that are just too monotonous. Like I eventually... they go on a little too long. I wouldn't mind them if they were a little shorter. Co-op, though, it is fun. I do remember playing through the entire story of Halo... the entire story of Halo 1, 2, and 3 with my, my brother. It's fun like that, but single player, it's a little tough for me to get through them. Oh, actually, we didn't play Halo 1 together. We only played Halo 2 and 3. I never actually got to play Halo 1 until years later when the Master Chief Collection came out. Holy shit, was that game, kind of like Gears of War 1. It's, like, slightly harder than its sequels. The first game in the franchise for both of those franchises is, like, harder than the sequels. It's kind of odd. I didn't know that the second half of the first Halo game was literally just non-stop, constant, rampant onslaught by the Flood for like literally the second half, the entire second half of the game. You're just constantly being chased by the Flood the whole fucking time. It made it more interesting than the first half, where it's kind of just, you know, just basic like warfare against the Covenant and all that. They're shooting at you, you shoot at them. Like whatever, like basic first-person shooter gameplay. I did appreciate that about the second half of Halo 1. But the fact that it was like half the game was just that for non-stop, it got even that eventually got repetitive and monotonous. I was just like, oh my god, dude. It got a little overdone. I feel like Halo 2's campaign was a little bit more balanced. And it had a little bit more variety to the gameplay. And 3 was obviously, like, you know, that's where they definitely perfected the formula at that point. For the campaign. I can't really give the multiplayer too much rating, I never really bothered with it. I know that's the main reason it was popular, but I've always been a story-focused gamer, so I've always weighed my opinions on video games more heavily based on the merit of the storyline, so... Anyway, let me speed this up, I realize we're not even... Oh... I like that comment we accidentally scrolled down to. And here I was thinking, what's the name of that game where you look for your little sister in a space mall? Wait, how many likes did that have? 34. Hey, what was the next one? This is a game that needs a remake now that internet is non-dial-up. I think they consider the remake to be basically Phantasy Star Online 2 and New Genesis. They're like, still play that basically. It's obviously not the same, especially for the hardcore fans that played back then, but yeah, I don't think Sega, don't hold your breath. Like, Sega and Sonic Team aren't bringing this back. I would think they would sooner bring back the OG PSO to official servers. They haven't even done that, so. Tonio got knocked the fuck out. Dude, I hella zoned out there for a second. He's over there like, oh! This area kind of reminds me of episode 4, since episode 4 in Phantasy Star Online was very much just a giant desert like this. I think that primarily kind of proves how much of a budget that was on episode 4. Because the desert is pretty easy to create assets for. Just create some semi-flat land with some mountains in the distance, make it brown, and you're pretty much good to go. You just have to add like some textures for, a couple textures for sand and all that, but back in the GameCube days where the graphics quality standard was much lower than like this, super easy to just get away with making a desert region. A very barren desert region, you know? Lou says we're almost at the frontline base. Playing frontlines. Alright. They recently brought back Secure in FF14. Ah, shit, I missed an opportunity. Not for streaming per se, but just for my own amusement. I could probably still see it now, but a little past it. I should have jumped in as soon as patch 7.2 for FF14 went live. I should have jumped into the new, well, not new, but they kind of like changed it up a little bit. The Secure, I think it's called, the Frontlines match PvP thing, because they changed the rules and everything, just to see if people would be like on board with it, or if they start bitching and complaining about it, or both. I kind of missed that though. That was weeks ago. Patch 7.2 was now like 2 weeks ago, so it's a little late. At this point, people have adapted. You know, they're pretty much just kind of playing it, whatever. Still kind of curious to see what it's like now, though. But I've never cared much for PvP, obviously. I've only done it for EXP. So it's kind of, whatever. I'll get around to it. Okay. Anyway, back to this game, though.
To give my...
The hell did Ethan just say? Before the cutscene started? Oh. Ethan just says, so here it is.
To give my respects to our honored guests from the Alliance military force and from the Commune of Baral, who have worked just as hard, if not harder, to ensure the peace.
It's the president.
Yeah, he's giving a speech.
Here to give a morale-boosting speech.
You can always depend on him for one of those.
My friends,
The time has come. We have suffered long and hard because of the seed.
Don't know
But
where they came from.
we have acquired an ultimate weapon with which we can use to defeat them. It is the gates of Denikea, left on each of the 3 planets of this system. Now we make our way to the unification point, where we'll seal away the seed forever. However, we must defend these critical confinement systems until that time comes. I ask of you, the Allied Army and fellow Guardians, to work together in this most desperate hour. If we succeed, peace shall once again reign throughout the Goral system. We must fight on together into victory.
That's all he's got to say.
Son of
Lot
a
of hot
bitch.
air.
You
air.
suck!
You take that back. Ethan, not now.
Talk shit, man.
Oh, it's you again.
Oh, there he is.
Captain Kurtz.
Like he's been through some hell.
Hey, you all right? You're injured.
He's fucked up.
Keep your sympathy for your friends.
He was just trying to be nice, you ungrateful piece of scrap metal.
All
Whoa!
I ask is that when the time comes, you stay out of my way.
Do us a favor. Cut the high and mighty stuff, will ya? We've all risked our lives here.
His lips are not moving.
And what of it? We have been fighting for over 100 years. Before the seed, we were fighting to keep the peace between the humans and other races. We have no need of your emotions or greed in our battles. They're what created the problems in the first place.
Son of a...
He's not wrong.
Since you seem to understand.
He's out of line, but he's not wrong. Anyway,
Do us a favor.
even Ethan can't debate
Since you
that.
seem to understand, do us a favor and stay out of our way. Let's go.
So the cast were the peacekeepers, huh? And the big
Who
war,
does he think he is?
and the big war between the races was happening. That's interesting. I didn't know that lore.
Who does he think he is? Talking about us like we're a bunch of parasites?
Give him a break.
Son of a...
He's been at this longer than you.
Clearly.
And I suppose you agree with him, right?
We are both castes, but our internal systems work quite differently.
Why am I not encouraged by that fact?
Why do beasts have pointier ears?
What's that?
Okay, real quick. I know something's about to happen, but so I just noticed Tonio's ears and even Leo's. They're very pointy, like actually pointy. And yet, if you look at like Karen or other Newmans, they're sort of the tip is sort of square shaped. It's not fully pointy like them. So I'm wondering if that's on purpose. I thought that was a graphical issue. Like they just couldn't make it fully pointy, like Karen's ears and maybe a few other Newmans I haven't really fully paid attention to. But like they kind of have a square tip. But for these two, their ears are actually pointy. They don't have a square tip. It's actually like a point. So, like a corner.
What's that?
The seed have come.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh, here we go. This scene. They're all gonna fire! Holy shit. It's a fuck ton of assholes. Here we go. The Great Gooba Wall of Ulda. Shit. Oh, they're getting fucked up. Lou says the seed are surrounding the confinement system. The plant and pipeline supplying the confinement system's energy are both under attack. Due to this situation, Command Headquarters is splitting up the forces into a number of teams that will then patrol the area. Our party will head out from this base camp towards Area A, cleaning up seed forms and altered native life forms, according to satellite data. The rough equivalent of a battalion of creatures is currently present in Area A. They might answer this in a second, but in case they don't, I kind of want to know how many that is. Battalion size. Google's AI says a typical battalion in the US Army consists of 300 to 1,000 soldiers. Holy motherfucker. Okay, so we're up against 300 to 1,000 fucking monsters. Holy shit. So there might be some slight variance depending on the country's, in real life, like the country's military or whatever, but I guess in general, that's what they meant to convey. Roughly 300 to 1,000. Ethan says a battalion?
What? What? What the fuck?
Lou says, yes, our mission is to eliminate the battalion.
Fuck!
Oh, here we go, 1,000 enemies, just like Kingdom Hearts 2. Tonio says, hey, hold on now. 4 against a battalion is crazy. What's our probability of success here? She's gonna say like 0.0001 or something. Okay, according to headquarters, our probability of success is approximately 6.25%. But you should pay no mind to probabilities at this time. Oh shit. Wait, what? Did she take a cue from Ethan on that? You guys remember when Ethan scolded the hell out of her? And said, you just have to believe. Like, fuck probabilities, you just have to believe or something like that. He gave her that whole cheesy speech, right? And she was just kind of like, this sounds irrational or illogical or whatever. See? Ethan noticed it too. He's like, wait a minute. Lou says, if we cannot stop the seed at this point, the destruction of Garal will be certain. The possibility of success is not zero, which is the best we can do for right now. In other words, we have to fucking try. Even if it's a losing battle, or most likely a losing battle. It's not guaranteed that we're gonna lose, so we have to fucking try. You know? There is a slight chance, so we can't give up, basically. That's her way of trying to give, like, that whole... That's the best she can do, man. Like, that's the best version her robotic ass can give of, you know, don't give up, we have to believe, we have to try, that whole thing, you know? That's the best way she can convey that, is just, that was it. She tried her best as a robot. Tonio says, ugh. Ethan says, what? Do you want to just wait here while the rest of us take care of it, Tonio? Oh shit, he's challenging him. Tony says, nobody said I wasn't going, did they? Leo says, we must all do our best. Exactly. Lou's like, listen, you miss every shot you don't take. If we don't try, we've already failed. You know, if you give up before you even try, you've already lost. And if we lose, we all fucking die and go extinct. So we pretty much only have one choice. We gotta fucking fight. Even if our odds of winning are low. Also, Lou should have just brought in Steiner to give better probability and statistics of our success.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beating me. And then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down.
Yep.
See, the three-way at Sacrifice, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning. But I got a 66 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even going to try. So, Samoa Joe, you take your 33 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning, if we used to go one-on-one, and then add 66 2/3%, I got 141 2/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice.
Okay. That was Steiner pitching in what he thinks our odds of winning are, I guess. All right, I'll take it.
Bruh.
Alright, this guy says the Guardians are just a private enterprise. They should let the real military, the Alliance military, handle seed countermeasures. Stop being so fucking proud and realize you need all the help you can get, fool. Guy says, until now, the Guardians and the Alliance military have never formally worked together. Oh, this is gonna go great. A little bit of friction is to be expected. Maybe one of the reasons Alliance military soldiers dislike Guardians so much is that they're intolerant of non-castes, even though there are a lot of castes in the Guardians, too. I'd probably prefer them to be in their military. This guy says, if you go straight ahead, you'll come out in Area A. You Guardians are covering Area A, right? Do the best job you can. Well, thanks. He actually encouraged us instead of saying, ha, you're gonna die or some shit, you know, or mocking us. Oh god, ice bullshit again. Here we go again. Tonio says, let hundreds of them come. I'll take them all down. Oh, shit. Go get their ass, Tonio. Walk up to them menacingly. I'll do it. Hold on. Oh, let's speed this up. I forgot to speed it up earlier and we lost a lot of time on that. Okay, so it's definitely not that. Holy fuck, dude. I wonder how many they actually expect us to kill. There's no enemy counter, so I would have had to count manually, and I'm not going to go back now, but they do want to simulate making you fight a lot of them. A fuck ton of them. Again, it low-key reminds you of the 1000 Heartless battle in Kingdom Hearts 2. Yeah, they tried to recreate that in Kingdom Hearts 3, but it did not hit the same way. Especially because it didn't even last half as long. Like, it's actually over pretty quick, and it just ends with you doing a special move that nukes everyone in anyway, that you're like, why didn't we just do that at the beginning? It's not like Kingdom Hearts 2's version where you actually kill 1,000. Yeah, oh, there's the count right there, 64 so far. But yeah, it's not like Kingdom Hearts 2's version where you actually kill 1,000. They actually make you kill 1,000. And I like how you see the entire herd of them, and, you know, obviously, we'll see this when I eventually get around to playing through the Kingdom Hearts series on stream, but you see the entire herd of them and they gradually thins out. Like, it actually gets smaller and smaller as you go until eventually there's not a single one left when you kill the last one. It's actually pretty immersive. In Kingdom Hearts 3 just kind of felt like they just... That game's version of it just feels like they kind of just went for, I don't want to say it was forced for nostalgia, but kind of. Because again, you only kill like a few, and then you get a special attack that just kills that just nukes them all, and it's over. Like, so I feel like it was just kind of, hey, does this remind you of something? And then after that, it was just like, all right, let's wrap this up. Like, it was just kind of whatever, you know? It was nowhere near as memorable. I like that it was a mix of both Heartless and Nobodies. It made sense for that, for the story in Kingdom Hearts 3, but even then, like I said, it was still kind of just, you know. Okay, we're at 94 defeated creatures. Holy shit. There's no way they're gonna make you kill 1,000 here, though. That's way too fucking many. For a game like this, where, like, cause in that game, at that point of the game, those enemies, they were all dying in like 1 or 2 hits. Especially if you're using the attacks, the quick time event, not quick time event, but the little like reaction command attacks that the game spams at you. Like you just annihilate, you annihilate them in like 5 or 6 at a time. And here we're literally, like, most of the enemies are actually pretty tanky, so there's no way they're gonna make us kill as many. Maybe it was just 100. Oh, it's 150. Okay, that's what it said. Yeah, Tonya says, all right, there goes the 100th one. And then Lou says, don't slow down now. There are still 50 left. Okay, so it's 150 for this game. To be a little more epic if they actually gave us like music we hadn't heard before instead of the generic ice infestation music. It's almost like they were trying to low-key capture the, you know, that Kingdom Hearts 2 moment, but then it's just kind of whatever, you know, budgetary constraints and all that. I don't know though. This game might have come out really close to that game, so it could just be a coincidence. I don't know. I'll look it up right now, actually. When did Kingdom Hearts 2 come out? December 22nd, 2005. Okay, we're at 127 creatures. This came out on October of 2006. Okay, it's almost a year later. Considering how much shorter development times were back then compared to now, it's not completely implausible to think that they might have took inspiration from that. At least a little bit. Like, this game definitely probably took a little over a year to actually make, but I don't think it was that much longer. Development times were not as long back then as they are now. If it was today, I'd be like, no, there's no fucking way. Like, the game was already 99%, or, well, 90% complete. You know, but for back then, it's plausible they might have still, you know... This game might have been in an early enough stage of development when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out that they might have seen that and been like, yo, let's do something like that, you know? But yeah, by today's standards, no fucking way. And like a year before a game comes out now, if it's a AAA game, like the game's pretty much done. That last year is just ironing out bugs and shit and recording voice lines, if that. Those are mostly done too. A year before a game comes out, mostly. Like, it's literally just fine-tuning, you know, making the game playable, essentially. The last year of development for a AAA game nowadays. But for back then, you know. No, dev cycles were a little shorter. Leo says, great, last 10. Here we go. Put it on this motherfucker. "13 minutes of fighting is still quite a lot, though. This is actually pretty insane. Like, my thumbs would be tired of mashing the buttons this long at this point. All creatures successfully defeated. Champ?
Hey, not bad at all.
Son of a bitch.
Alright. 150 defeated.
That looks like the last of them.
Yeah.
I've just received a communication from HQ. Once Area A has been secured, return to HQ.
Fine by me.
All right! We gotta go home!
What's wrong, Lou?
I'm receiving a distress signal.
From where?
The plant is in Area B. It is from Captain Fulian Kurtz.
Kurtz.
I heard that Area B was hit the hardest. They're probably short-handed.
Serves him right.
Wow,
When the
dude.
time comes, you guys stay out of our way. He's not talking so proud now. He thinks we're gonna help him?
I mean, we should. Like,
I've
kinda
received
fucked
another
up.
communication from HQ. They are abandoning Area B. The zone is too hot.
Holy shit.
What about Kurtz?
He is still sending out a distress signal.
We gotta save him.
They're leaving him there?
Ah, well, what can you do?
Damn, Tony, you don't have to be such an ass. We gotta save
We
him.
can help him.
Exactly.
What? But why?
Because the Allied army is our ally.
Exactly. Ethan's got it.
Isn't it our responsibility to help our allies?
Our duty as guardians.
Yeah, he's right.
No.
That's what the Guardians are here for.
There it is.
Hey, wait a moment now.
son of a
You mean
bitch.
to tell me that you're going to go off and help him after all that he said?
He was just talking shit.
That's
Doesn't
right.
mean we should abandon him.
We don't leave anyone behind, no matter who.
Yeah.
Lou, what about you?
I too am a guardian, so I will accompany you if that is your wish.
Huh? Oh, come on! We've done enough! Can't the damned Allied army take care of itself?
That's it. Let's go.
Right.
Dude, Tony, just think of it this way, man. By saving him, now we have the right to talk shit about him if we manage to get him out of there alive. And be like, see? Where's your proudful ass or prideful ass, however you say it? Where's all that now, asshole? We had to come save your ass. You fucking suck. If he dies, you don't get to say that to him. So, think of it that way. Maybe that'll motivate you. You don't have to be so cold and heartless, even if he was talking shit. I know it's tempting, but Jesus, dude.
No, take care of itself?
That's it. Let's go.
Right.
Be the better man, then you can talk shit.
But, no, wait for me! What, you're just gonna leave me here?
Well, it's nighttime now. Ethan says, whew. We finally made it back to camp, but now it's nighttime. Yes. Lou says it would appear the station troops have already pulled out. Tonio says, damn, and I'm almost out of items. I need supplies. Oh, this is where Bruce comes in, right? He appears in every fucking chapter. Leo says it will certainly be difficult to continue on like this. The game's assuming you burn through your supplies, basically. Ethan says, but we've got to help Kurtz. He may be an asshole, but he doesn't deserve to die. Hey, you guys. You probably need my help, don't you? There he is.
Dylan!
Ethan says, you! Who says, hey, Ethan?
Son of a bitch.
I was watching you work out there. You're willing to help anyone, AMF or Guardians. That's my boy.
Son of a...
I brought you guys some of the best stuff I've got. They're all great deals, so take a look. Tony says, what the? You're taking our money? Asshole capitalist to the end. You bastard! Leo says, living ain't free, mister. And this offer won't last long. Oh, what are you, his fucking, I'm gonna say shout. I don't know what to call it. Like, what are you, a marketer? There we go. Are you a marketer for his business? You getting a cut, Leo? What is this? advertising for Bruce over here. I'm with Tony on this one, though. It's like, dude, if we fail, we all die. Do you understand that? We go extinct. I think you could pardon us the fucking, you could give us some free shit for once, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause it's like, if we fucking lose, you're dead too. We all go extinct. Take off the price tag for once. You can go back to selling shit after everything's back to normal. Jesus. Let's talk about not seeing the bigger picture. But maybe he just spends his money too unwisely, so he has no choice. He's like, he's probably thinking if I do that, I'll be like homeless after this is over anyway, because you know, maybe he just has, his bills are either too fucking high or he doesn't spend his money the right way. Either way, he ain't gonna tell us, and he's still gonna charge us money, so, you know, fuck him.
You bastard!
Bruce says Kurtz is in Area B. The other Alliance troops have pulled out. They're the only ones left to save him. Also, it is kind of absurd that, you know, that they would still have to deal with these kinds of issues with the kind of technology they have available to them. But, you know, they gotta keep the game grounded to some level of reality for the sake of the audience that they're catering to, so. Bruce says, show them what the Guardians are made of, Ethan. Which is my way of saying, I think, a lot sooner than most people think. Well, I don't want to say we'll have the capacity. We've had the capacity already, but we've had the capacity to outgrow the need for money in markets for a long time. And I think it's only a matter of time before it actually happens inevitably. So when I picture really far into the future, like what a game like this is supposed to depict, you know, I don't see economics working like this at all anymore. But I said it before. Everything is just like all kinds of media, regardless of whether it's depicting the past, the present, or the future, or some kind of fantasy or sci-fi fantasy, and whether it's futuristic or not, it's just somebody's projection, somebody's idea, you know. So in this case, since it's futuristic, sci-fi or not, it's just one person's or a group of people's, the writers, idea of what the future could be, you know. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's how it's going to be. No one really knows how it's going to turn out. All you can really do in the present day is analyze trends. That's it. You just have to do your research on various things, major impactful things going on in the world, and then look at the trends of how things got to that point by looking at the past, and then the present to see where things are now. And if you have the right background and research educational background and all that, then you can make some educated guesses about where things are gonna go. If you dedicate your life to it, then you can actually come up with some pretty accurate predictions too. Like I remember seeing I heard a report that some scientists in the 1950s predicted like the collapse of society based on the way things were going by 2050. And we're in 2025 right now, and a lot of people are kind of going like, are we gonna be all right? Like, a lot of people are getting pretty nervous at this point with everything happening right now. Anyway, Leo says, hurry up, Ethan. A lot of people are like, shit, this could be it, man. Like, it's like the walls are closing in. Ethan says, Kurtz, hold on. We're coming to help. Hold on, Dylan. I mean, Kurtz. I'm guessing it's gonna be, oh, okay. No. Probably like another half of the dungeon and then a boss fight. The game's chapters follow a pretty steady formula from what I've seen so far. It is pretty crazy to think that they could make a prediction like that 100 years in advance. But it's even crazier to see signs of it potentially actually coming through. When you see how unstable the world is getting right now. Just 25 years out from the predicted date of societal collapse. It's like, I mean, if that isn't a testament to what I was just saying, about how if you really research well enough, you can predict the future based on like trend analysis. I mean, it's also a little depressing, which is why I try to avoid talking about it, but sometimes, you know. Sometimes it's either topical or at least slightly topical to whatever is happening in the game, which in this case, you know, they're literally facing an extinction event in this game right now. Or it comes up some other way, and so I have to speak my piece sometimes, as depressing as it might be. But I do make an active effort. There have been plenty of times where I've actually not talked about it when I've had a chance, just because, again, it's a little depressing, you know? Also because you just kind of... What did I say earlier? You miss every shot you don't take. If you think you've lost before you even fight or whatever, or try, then, you know, then you have lost or whatever. If you believe... If you don't hold on to some level of optimism, you won't take any kind of action, which pretty much guarantees failure at that point. So, as bleak as things might get, and as cheesy as it might sound to say it, we really do have to cling on to some level of hope in order to continue to actually try to stay alive and try to not die, basically, as individuals and as a species. You have to hold on to some level of optimism, otherwise you're giving, it's like if you've already given up, then you're pretty much giving yourself an excuse to not try. That's the whole point. So, even if the odds are against you. Pretty much the life lesson this game is already imparting, like so many others. There's a lot, you know, there's a lot of games and media that will impart that sort of like don't give up, message of hope kind of thing. You see it in a lot of Final Fantasy games. We saw it here. Kingdom Hearts does it a shit ton. Like it's a very common trope, but it's because it's true, really. Because it's true. If you give up before it even starts, you've already lost. But, yeah. Just remember, folks, death is our only foe. That's it. At this point, humanity's only enemy is death itself. So don't die. I think we'll make it to level 60 before this is over. No, I don't think so. Well, maybe. Well, we got just under 2 hours left. Maybe. I'm looking at the enemies levels. They're like level 55 or so. Well, some of them. So we might make it to like level 60. Think about some of the last few enemies in the game in the final dungeon will probably be level 60. Oh yeah, I gotta check something while this is happening right now. I think double EXP on Phantasy Star Online is coming back next week, so I might restart the grind. Since I had already played Phantasy Star Online so much, I couldn't get myself motivated enough to keep grinding outside of the 1.5 EXP boost week. Which is why I haven't grinded since then. Even though I said I was going to, I just couldn't. I was a little burnt out. I needed a vacation. But after this next 1.5 EXP boost week, I might actually keep grinding even after it's over. In smaller intervals, like I said I was going to. But I definitely needed like a month off after... I mean, I think we did 50 streams to get through Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2. And then I had played a lot off stream on my second character as well, so... all of that kind of added up a little. Okay, we obviously... something's about to happen. There's a save point. So, give me a sec. Let me verify. Yes, right now they have rare drop rate until Sunday at midnight and universal time code or whatever the fuck it's called. So yeah. The EXP boost will come back this coming weekend. Carts! His men! His tank. All fucked up.
Man, what happened here?
Slaughtered.
Don't tell me everyone's dead.
No, I can still detect a distress signal.
Do you know where the signal's coming from, Lou?
Yes. Over there.
Captain,
He's alive.
hey, hang in there.
Oh shit, does he die? I don't remember this.
You. What are you doing here?
We got your distress signal. We came to rescue you.
Get out of here. This place is overrun by the seed. You'll die if you stay here.
Will you shut up? We're trying to help you here.
I don't need your sympathy. We've already been abandoned by the Allied army.
He's as stubborn as Tonio.
All my soldiers have been killed. I can't be the only one to leave alive.
What good would that do? If you care about your men, you'd fight to stay alive.
Exactly, thank you.
He's
Ethan.
right. If you make it, you can fight on. For everyone who died here today, all right?
That's how you can honor them.
Something is approaching.
What?
Oh, here we go.
Where?
You don't honor anyone by just dying with them after the fact, like when you have a chance to get out, you know, like you have the chance, take it. Live! Don't die, man. Another one of these fuckers? It's even playing the same boss music, god damn it. Or a similar version. Tonya says, are you kidding me? A Demagolus? He knows what this is. Ethan says, you know this thing? Okay, thank you. I was like, is anybody gonna acknowledge this? Lou says, it is the most vicious creature in the Kugu Desert. Of course. Leo says, the bravest rogues will run away at the sight of one of these. And we have a seed-infected one. Leo says, damn, this is bad. Although that might have been because he got hit by a rock. I don't know. That might have been part of the dialogue. That might have been because him or Lou got hit. I don't know. One of them dropped. I think it might have been because Lou fell into caution health or whatever. Caution. Like it's Resident Evil or some shit. Man, he's gonna fight with the same mechanics as that other boss. This is bullshit. I'm speeding this up. It's literally just the repeat boss fight. And it's insanely annoying. You can't even hit him 90% of the time. Okay, yeah, it is the same exact music too, yeah. They got lazy. They definitely started running out of budget by the end if they're repeating a whole boss fight like this. He's throwing those guys. I think I made the right call by speeding this up. If you're not a ranger or a force, you're not getting an S rank on this. Oh, there goes Lou. Lou down. Unless you can like one-shot him, if you're like severely over-leveled, of course. But if you're playing as a hunter like this guy, yeah, good fucking luck getting an S without a ranged weapon of any kind. Definitely getting another C rank on this fight. Oh goddamn! One of these things. Bodily control functions are irregular. That's Lou's way of saying that she's confused. That she has confusion status. Condition paralyzed. Leo's just saying he doesn't have to. Really? That happened literally the first time. He was one hit away from death. Did I see that right? Yep. Literally just like the first time we fought this guy.
Not so good, really.
You suck!
Hey, but we made it to under level 10 at least, so that's something, you know?
We defeated it somehow.
I've received a communication from the doctor. The unification point countdown is about to start.
It's only a matter of time now.
Hey, look over there!
More seeds.
Huh?
They're not giving up.
Where'd they all come from?
I think we better get out of here.
They're coming too fast. I'll hold them off. You all make a run for it.
I don't think so. We're all gonna go home together. You need us, and we need you.
Pokemon.
Hey, the man's got a point.
Fools! You're more stupid than I thought! You cannot win this fight!
I love a challenge.
Oh!
Try saying please. You'll get a better response.
Oh, well then. Can't jump off a speeding train. Count me in.
I've never been called stupid before, but I will stay and help as well.
Suit yourselves.
Oh my god, this is so cheesy, but I fucking love it.
Let's go.
I should have held it. There we go. That's why I should have done that. When you don't know what's coming, you know. It's hard to time the soundboard effects, right? Amos just had to hold off until this happened. Ooh, I like that effect. Oh, shit! And there they go.
So this is the unification point.
I've never seen such power before.
Whatever it
insane.
is, it sure came right on time.
The seed and the monsters have been sent to an alternate plane.
I knew he had blue hair. I saw it before.
Thank you, Ethan.
Oh, hell yeah.
You too.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, I timed it!
I've misunderstood you humans.
And beasts.
Yes, and beasts.
And casts.
You sure are one to talk.
Now we're all friends.
I do not understand why so humorous.
Come on, even Kurtz is laughing, and he's a cast too. Tony was right.
Mr. Weber, well done.
We did it, Doctor. We're safe.
Yes, from now on we shall fear the seed no longer.
Ethan, can you hear me? Hugo! We did it, man. We got him. How are
Dylan!
things over there?
Not good, Ethan. Not good.
What do you mean?
We landed right on the small satellite, but it turned out to be a seed nest.
What?
What?
It's awful. What the fuck? More seed are being born every moment.
You mean there's more seed left?
The satellite's orbit is outside that of the 3 planets, so it wasn't affected by the field.
Of course, it knew.
Damn. They're just going to keep coming back.
When is this going to end?
Ethan, we really need your help. Something terrible is gonna...
Maya! Hugo! Fuck!
Communication disconnected.
Like a horror movie.
What's going on?
Okay, we're definitely entering the final chapter. I like that we got a face reveal on Kurt's. There's a fuck ton of characters in this chapter. Right before that cliffhanger, they did have a very cheesy anime moment, though. With Kurt suddenly buttering up to them and being all friendly after he was talking mad shit the whole game, you know? And then they all somebody makes a cheesy wisecrack and everybody laughs, you know? A typical cheesy anime episode ending. The feel-good ending, anyway. But then we got a cliffhanger. Because we're near the end, so why wouldn't that
Maya
happen?
and Hugo are missing. With no way to get to the hive and a fleet amassed to destroy the remaining seed there, Ethan rushes off to find a way to get there ahead of time to save his friends. Will Ethan be able to save his friends? Are they even still alive? With the newly discovered colony of seed, will it even matter when the fate of Garal hangs in the balance? Next time on Phantasy Star Universe, Life Choices.
So it's either the last chapter or second to last. I bet it's the last, though, just by seeing that we only have... Yeah, it's definitely the last chapter, because it's 1 hour and like 30 minutes, maybe, if that. Considering, you know, preparation, shopping, stuff like that. The cutscenes themselves, the fights, the dungeon. Yeah, it's definitely the last dungeon. Oh yeah, then of course there's the ending of the game, the credits and everything else, so... Yeah, it's definitely where chapter 12 is the last one, so I guess I did call it when I said I think this game's 12 chapters. Definitely. Alright, then this is a perfect stopping point. We will finish this next stream. Yeah. Next stream will go a little longer than the usual 1 hour. This one's gonna end like a minute short, because I'm stopping now. But yeah, next stream's probably gonna be like an hour to hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if I ramble a lot. But that's pretty much it for now. So we'll leave it here. Alright folks, like I always say, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate the support across Twitch and YouTube wherever you decide to watch. Thank you very much. As always, please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there. And like I said earlier when I was rambling about our potential extinction event and societal collapse, please stay safe, take care, don't die. And remember that we're on the same ship. Starship Earth. Never forget it, folks.
Son of a bitch.
It's our home, so don't say that it's fake.